Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to anyone watching on the replay or anyone watching from my YouTube channel. So today's topic is quite prevalent now since we're only a few weeks away from Christmas and stresses are higher and anxiety is higher because we're running around trying to organize things and maybe like a headless chicken. But in general, positivity is just a really important topic because why? Well, nobody wants to be going around feeling really awful about themselves or their life or in a negative state of mind. So it's very important that we focus on positivity as much as we can to get ourselves out of that state. So when we're in a negative state of mind, it sometimes is to do with, sometimes we can get trapped in the thinking and in the thought process. And we're in a state of obsessing about certain things or certain situations that happened in the past. And remember, if you're in a negative state of thinking and you're not feeling good about yourself, there is simple things that you can do to make this change. So if you become aware of it in that moment, tip one is make sure that you have an attitude change. If you become aware of the fact that you're being quite negative and maybe a bit cranky to a family member, or you're in a certain situation where you're feeling negative, even when you're alone, remember it's about an attitude change. So you can make the change. So you say to yourself, right, I'm aware of it. I'm noticing that I'm feeling quite negative right now. So I'm going to take control of my thoughts and I'm going to decide, no, I'm actually making a decision to have an attitude change right now. And if you feel like, oh my goodness, I've been really cranky and now I'm going to go from cranky to upbeat instantly. If you're around other people, what are they going to think of me? Just forgive yourself straight away. It's okay. It's okay to be like this. This is part of the human condition. Allow yourself to be you. You have got to be true to yourself. If you're feeling negative, but then you've become aware of it and you want to change it, do instantly and forgive yourself for the instant change. The second thing to realize is when you're in a place of negativity or obsessive thinking or obsessing about a thought or obsessing about an incident or situation, remember that it will pass. Okay, so tip two, it will pass. It has passed before. You've never been in a continuous state of negativity or a continuous state of obsessing about negative thoughts or obsessing about a situation. Remember, it will pass. You've got to be patient and know it will pass. And there's a few things you can do to hurry this along. In a lot of cases, if we've gone so delved right into the obsessiveness and the state of negativity, we need to wait for it to pass. But if you're in a place that you have not gone so far, you can make changes yourself to get yourself out of it. And usually this is action based. So you might just move. You might actually move. Say you're on your sofa and you're feeling very negative, or you're watching the telly and you're feeling negative. You may turn the TV off and just go silent for a minute. Listen, check in with yourself and see how you're feeling. You may not feel good. And if that's the case, then you need to do something about it. And the many tips that I talk about, if you're not feeling good, what you do about it, there's other ways of dealing with this. If anybody wants to know, leave the comment below. Taking action or going for a quick nap or some meditation or ringing somebody to see how they are or asking someone how they are or can I make you a cup of tea? Do something nice for somebody else. But the main tip is remember it will pass. Now, remember that getting into a negative state or not feeling so great is part of being human, and it's not realistic that you'd be going around positive 100% of the time and happy 100% of the time. This is not, we actually need the negativity to move us forward. That's part of life. So remember that if you are a person who is generally spiraling into negativity over and over and over, remember you need to make a decision. This is tip 3. You need to make a decision that you want to be a more positive person in general, okay? So when I say that, that's you are making a decision, a choice. You're deciding, I am going to choose that I am going to be a more positive person. Now, once you have decided to make that, chosen to make that decision, it's already happening. But to make it more powerful is to write it down. Just write down, I am, especially coming into 2020 now, you can say, in 2020, I am becoming a more positive person. Write it in your diary, write it on a little piece of card, put it in your locker. It's written down. Once you've done that, it's done. It's going to start happening. So don't beat yourself up then when you fall back down into a state of negativity or obsessive thinking or whatever. Remember, sometimes it's 1 step forward, 10 steps back. But this is okay. Forgive yourself and move on and let go and know you're doing the best that you can. So guys, they're my 3 tips for today on how to be more positive. Remember, it's an attitude change. And if you change your attitude in that moment, from cranky to nice, forgive yourself, it's okay. Remember, it will pass, and there's a few little things you can do there to make it pass quicker, sometimes, not always. And tip 3, make a decision that you want to be more positive in general. Okay, these are really good tips in the sense that they really help, and I practice them myself. So guys, it's all about the mind power and the mindset. Okay, you've got to learn how to change your mindset. We all need to keep working on our mindset continuously if we want to keep feeling better and being happier in ourselves within. Happiness comes from within. So guys, I'll leave you with that, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your Tuesday.